28 do-it-yourself furniture haul ideas. There are infinite possibilities for creating practical items when it comes to furniture. Let us help you out by suggesting a few ideas, to which you can add your own too. Number 1. Vintage feed sack chair. Who knew empty feed sacks could be useful? Create your very own vintage chair by stitching the sacks to cover the skin of the chair, after removing the old one and whitewashing it, of course. Number 2. Upcycled beverage station. Save money by creating a bar all by yourself. Attach a shelf to the brackets, which are then attached to the door with wood screws. Before gluing the upper shelf, attach a metal wine glass rack to the underside of the upper shelf. For more stability, screw it into the wall so it doesn't topple when the kids are running around. Number 3. Nightstand Makeover. Use cool colors to create a contrasting effect as you revamp your nightstand. Create a box, craft drawer, and use a scrap piece of flooring for the top. 3 to 4 pieces are needed. Sand the feet before staining and use 000 steel wool to buff the metal parts of the feet. Fashion the handles with gold, it gives an exotic touch. Number 4. Farmhouse table makeover with HomeRight sprayer. Sand the table before starting. Spray it with HomeRight sprayer and use 4 coats of poly. Please make sure it dries thoroughly. Number 5. Bathroom DIY magazine rack. First, ensure you measure the right height of the rack properly. Mark the area and cut the wood to the desired length. Fix the wood to the wall with a nail gun. Next, add a piece of 1x3 for the bottom and the top rack of the magazine to rest on. The boards in front of the rack should be straight and each one placed slightly higher than the one below, so the magazines don't slide out. Number 6. Ikea Hack Attack, making a side table. Buy some Ikea clothing hampers. You have no idea how handy they come in while designing creations like these. Use a piece of wood to fit the frame, put a couple of coats of stain on top, wait until it dries, and then spray the frame with a color of your choice. Use wood screws to attach the frame to the wood. Number 7. How to DIY reupholstering chairs without sewing. Start cutting your fabric for the 2 inside pieces first. Tuck it inside the creases and use a staple gun to secure them. Cut the front-facing arm pieces and staple them accordingly. Hide the staples up underneath the outside of the arm. Cut a long piece, a rectangular shape, leaving enough fabric to fold inward so you get a clean edge showing on the outside. Pull as tight as you can and staple each corner. Do the same thing for the top side pieces. The piping will also hide any staples that may be showing. Number 8. DIY Cork Board office wall. Buy these quirky, sticky square corkboard pieces at most home improvement stores, and all you do is just peel and stick. You can stick these pieces to just about any surface, but make sure they are flat and smooth. Once the corkboard tiles were covering the wall, you can add a floating shelf to the wall in order to have a place to display picture frames, a small plant, and any other artwork. Number 9. Ikea Card File Drawers Hack. Sand the corners of the drawers heavily to round them off a bit. Apply 2 coats of timber stain. Add a soft luster and improve richness of the stain. Use 3 coats of Danish oil. Once the oil is dry, attach pulls and hammer in nails. File off the nails that are poking through if they bother you. To finish, design some simple antique-style tabs for the card holders. Number 10. Feast Watson Bedside Table Transformation. Measure bedside tables accurately by cutting all of the cladding from large sheets of pine ply. This included the faux drawer fronts, 30 pieces in total, the shaker-style side trim, 20 pieces in total, and the tops and bases, 4 pieces in total. Stock up on Feast Watson Proof Tint Teak, Feast Watson Scandinavian Oil, and Feast Watson Proof Tint Color Reducer beforehand. For the hardware, you can put some plain label holders flanked by some small brass knobs. As a finishing touch, you can line the drawers and use geometric patterned wrapping paper. Number 11. Easy do-it-yourself Faux Multi-Drawer Cabinet Hack using peel and stick flooring. Measure, trim, and attach faux drawer fronts. Decide the number of sizes and drawers beforehand. Don't forget to take into account the width of your peel and stick planks. Obviously, you want as little wastage as possible and can save yourself some trimming. While finishing, cut down a square length of pine to create 4 simple little feet and screw them into place. Paint the furniture, attach hardware, and fill label holders. Number 12. How to make a bed frame from box spring. Cut the yards of fabric into 2 pieces so that it would cover the box spring and sew the pieces together. After fitting the piece of fabric over the box spring, flip it on its side and start stapling the fabric down. Screw the brackets down first and then fix the legs onto them. Once the legs are attached, trim any excess fabric on the bottom of the box spring. For the finishing touch, add adhesive felt pads to the bottom of the legs. Number 13. A charming antique piano stool haul. Stain a stool with a rich brown color. It should be consistent to stain the breadboard with the same color, and finish with linseed oil for some shine. To attach the board to the stool, use a few drops of clear silicone. This holds it firmly in place while allowing for easy removal. Number 14. DIY cage light sconces. Drill 3 holes in your bracket. There are 2 pre-drilled holes at the top of the bracket, so just widen them. Cut off the plug end of the switch portion of the pendant light with wire snips so that you can thread the cord through the bracket starting at the outermost hole and going up over the top of the bracket and down through the bottom hole. Get a professional to install a new plug at the end of your light fixture. After wiring, simply plug in and enjoy the difference your new sconce makes to its surroundings. Number 15. DIY Floating Sideboard. Use Ikea kitchen mounting rails for mounting a 36-inch by 24-inch Ikea cabinet. Level the rail and the cupboards automatically become level. Fix cupboards to each other from the inside and you're done. Number 16. Beautiful DIY Honeycomb Armoire. You need a simple melamine wardrobe and ensure it's clean. Take off the doors with the drawers pulled out and any other hardware removed. To give the hexagons a nice frame of sorts, add a new overhanging top and base. Look online for wide, raw ply hexagons to get the pattern right. Hand stain them, dip your brush from color to color and coating each shape to achieve random tones.
Come again? You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please. Huh? You pooped in the refrigerator.
Finish by installing the handles. Number 17. Folding Chair Makeover. Turn the underside of a vintage wooden folding chair into a chalkboard by mixing chalkboard paint using unsanded grout and black paint. Tape off the edges with painter's tape beforehand. Use hooks and tray to include your organizer in the design. Number 18. Manoteca reincarnates a vintage door as a rustic desk. From Manoteca, a Bologna-based studio. Named Indoor, this is 78 inches long by 31 inches high and 40 inches deep, multifunctional desk or table. When it's opened, the door panels have convenient fabric pockets while the drawer is included for holding items. Number 19. Danish Chair Redux. Carefully take apart the original cushion covers, which means removing each seam until you have all of the pattern pieces. Once you take all of the seams out, you should have all of the pattern pieces you need. Trace the pattern from the old fabric onto the new fabric. Pin your bottom and side pieces all together until you have a square. Your corners need to be completely unfolded, so the seam goes around the corner, not over the top of it. So, and once you're done, repeat the same process with the last big square you have left. Number 20, spice-saving laundry organization. Get your laundry bags ready for labeling. Use any font in Circuit's design space to create labels, but make sure you can size it accordingly to fit the bags. Use wall hooks to hang them up. Number 21, Salvage drum coffee table. Clean the drum properly. Gently place the tabletop into the drum claws and add rubber stops to avoid scratches. Number 22, DIY cabinet Ikea hack. Begin with side pieces. Screw them in one by one as they should line up perfectly with the sides of the cabinet. Attach the top and bottom pieces later. Fix the sleek black handles and vintage legs. Secure the cabinet to the wall using Ikea fixtures. Number 23, how to paint laminate furniture without sanding. Use lint-free cloth and white spirit to wipe down the surfaces. Use 2 coats of shellac-based primer, followed by 2 coats of your preferred emulsion paint. If it's the matte version, finish it with a coat of varnish. Number 24, yellow console table for master bedroom. Sand, wipe, and prime the table. Use a foam roller on the top and a brush for the legs. Jigsaw it at a depth of 14 inches and paint it. Attach to a wall with an angle bracket for better support. Number 25, half table console. Unscrew extension mechanism, sand, prime, and paint the table. The edge of the table should rest on a wood support, so fix a 2x2 inch piece to the wall at the tabletop height. Screw through the top to the wood support, fill the holes with wood filler, and paint over. It makes the console sturdier. Number 26, cut up a table to create a new entryway bench. Cut a coffee table in half and sand the top thoroughly. Wipe and brush on gel satin and let it absorb for about 15 minutes. Then remove extra with an old cloth. Let it dry overnight and use another coat to get the color of your choice. Apply a couple of poly coats on top to protect the stain. Number 27, how to make 2 console tables. Original dimensions of the table are about 1 meter by 1.5 meters long. Saw them into 13.5, 35 centimeter wide console tables. Nail screw a 2x2 inch piece of wood to the wall at the height of the tabletop. You can paint it in a neutral shade or opt for a contrasting effect based on your preference. And last one, number 28, creative and chic do-it-yourself nightstands. Cut legs down to the proper height. Saw to cut the table in half and remove existing finish and rough edges with an orbital sander using medium grit sanding pads. Use a wet cloth to remove dust and sanding residue. Finish by drilling to fasten a cleat to the wall with screws. Place the table on top of the cleat. Using a drill, attach a table to cleat with wood screws from underneath. Use bright and vibrant colors if you desire. So, what are you waiting for? Wouldn't you like to give these a try? That's it. Before you go, leave this video your like or comment, positive or constructive, whatever you like. Press the share button to benefit others in your social circle, and also press the subscribe button if this channel is new to you. Thanks for watching!